What's going on, guys? Sacred Survival here. Welcome back to another Bleach Rebirth of Souls video. So we don't have a character reveal trailer today, and I know there's been a lot of drama and debate going on within the Rebirth of Souls community already before the game has even come out on whether or not this is it. This is the full roster. If Cayenne Shiba was the last character, and there's not going to be any other character reveals because we're in the last 2 weeks of the game about to launch. And I think today they put the nail in the coffin that there's no character reveal. I think this is it. With a slight asterisk that we'll get into the video, but I think Cayenne Shiba is the last confirmed character that's going to be on the base roster, and that has a lot of people disappointed. I, for one, don't really care too much about the likes of Momo, or Yumachika, and Orihime getting in, but I will say not having Baragon, spotted number 2 in the game, is definitely very disappointing to me. I can see why they maybe avoided him, because Respira is a tough ability to get right in a fighting game, but they've done other interesting and complex abilities like Shunsui's in the game, and I just think it would have been possible, whether it have been just like your health drains if like a meter builds up or something like that. Like, they could have done it. They could have like put a spin on it just like they did Shunsui's games. But if they did leave him out, and they did leave out those other characters, I still think that this is a very, very solid, more than solid roster. Honestly, I didn't expect them to go this deep into the characters. I didn't expect all these characters to be so unique. So I'm really happy with what we got. And obviously there's the fact that we haven't had a Bleach game on console in, what, 13 years? So just getting anything, I think, is really crazy. I think it is kind of strange that they did end off on Cayenne Shiba. I don't know if that's a trailer that you want to cap your roster off with, but I think what they're doing now is teasing that Dangai Ichigo will be a playable character. For those of you that have been tuned into the Rebirth of Souls drama, you would know that Globku made a video talking about how this is it, and that his sources say that, you know, there's no other characters coming out, just for people to point out the flaws in that statement, and that Dangai Ichigo has to be in there. And then Bandai Namco released a trailer, like a launch trailer, just going over like, oh, we have 30 plus characters, and at the end they showed a little bit of Dangai Ichigo versus Aizen. And people were literally taking screenshots of it, comparing it to the animations of other Ichigo variants in the game, and saying this has to be a separate character, which I agree. It has to be a separate character, because it just doesn't make sense for it to be a variation of any of the other Ichigos that we have in the game, as in a skin for them. Think about it. I mean, if it's Dangai Ichigo into Mugetsu as his awakening, which would be nuts, by the way, it wouldn't make sense to have the Shikai version of Ichigo turn into Dangai Ichigo. That wouldn't be a skin for that, because he's already in Bankai. And then for the Bankai Ichigo, it would make sense because he turns into full hollow Ichigo, which doesn't happen as well in Dangai form. So it just has to be another character. So that leads people to believe that he will be one of the unlockable characters in the game. I believe that this is true. There hasn't been any direct confirmation of this yet, but they do keep teasing this, whether it be through that previous trailer that they posted. And there is another opening cinematic that came out today that we're about to watch, that also has a little bit of a teaser, perhaps, that Mugetsu will be playable, or Dangai Ichigo, and then Mugetsu as his awakening. So I want to get into watching that, and then maybe discuss who else might be unlockable characters, if anyone else would be an unlockable character. Personally, I'm not really holding my breath that there'll be any more unlockable characters. I think Dangai Ichigo is probably going to be the only one, but I know there's still a lot of people coping with the fact that Orihime's not getting in, and that like Yumachika and Momo aren't getting in. And as much as I like these characters, especially Yumachika and Orihime, sorry Momo, I just don't think that they need to be in the game, and I don't think that they would be unlockables. I don't think they're really worthy being unlockables in the game. But I do think that there is a possibility that they might be like a free update or something over the course of time. I wouldn't put it past them. They're all pretty basic characters, I would say, other than Orihime. But Orihime might be like the hook of free characters, and then, you know, down the line, if they do like seasons or something like that, you know, there's free Yumachika added to the game or free Momo added to the game. We still don't know who's going to be DLC, and that will be a separate video that I'll speculate on that. But I definitely think where this game might miss the most is those fan favorite characters, those niche characters that just didn't make it to the game. I would rather have a Fullbringer in the game than any of those other characters that I just listed. Like Ginjo, I would have in this game over Orihime, Yumachika, Momo. Sorry. I mean, it's just the way it is. Ginjo is just a much cooler character, in my opinion, and there's seemingly zero Fullbring representation in this game. I mean, first we go all the way through the Arrancar arc, and then they said that the Thousand Year Blood War arc characters will be DLC. So where are the Fullbring characters? Where are the Fullbringers? We're just skipping right over that. But regardless, I think let's just watch this opening cinematic movie, and then let's maybe discuss on other characters that could be added to this game in the future, whether it be through free sort of updates or through DLC. So let's just watch this trailer. It came out today. I have seen this one. Spoiler alerts, but nonetheless, let's watch. So this, I think, is legitimately going to be the thing that like launches or plays when you launch the game. I think. Opening cinematic movie, I'm pretty sure. Let's go. Much cooler music, by the way, than some of the other music that they've been using. And I know they just showed Orihime right there. I'm sorry. I just don't think she'll be in. Hell yeah. I mean, these characters are all playable, yep. And those are the playable, Espada, and notice there is no Baragon here. There is no Baragon. I mean, it goes so fast, but there's no Baragon. And they're like, please give me Orihime, please. We're reaching out. And Rebirth of Souls says no. A lot of focus on earlier Bleach, too. Like against Grand Fisher there. That is... Okay, now we're seeing some later on stuff, but... Damn. This is sick, actually. Who is that he just clashed with there? Oh, Rainbow. Yeah, that's actually really clean. So will it land on that as the final spread of the game? I'm just wondering, I really want to see the most up-to-date like menus and everything. That'll be very interesting to see. I just can't wait to see more of the actual game. Like the 1 minute character trailers are great and obviously build hype, but man, do I just want to see some more like full gameplay. I want to see the menus. I want to see tutorials. I just want to see the game, and I know we have like 2 weeks left, which is crazy, but I need this game in my life, dude. If you're all at all excited for this game, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm also streaming over on Twitch. When this game comes out, I think I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream that day. I plan on doing a lot of like viewer interaction with that game. So if you want to do any battles with me or other Bleach fans, you could also join the Discord too, just maybe to find matches. I assume that this game won't be like crazy super popular, especially, you know, after a year or so. So maybe once the game dies down and hype a little bit, if you want to, you know, just be a part of a community that loves and respects Bleach, feel free to join the Discord. I'm just trying to get that Discord up and running. But yeah, I mean, that was a much more stylistic intro or like video than some of their other like music cinematics that they put out. So that's really hype. I think that this will just be like the opening thing that launches when you launch the game. We obviously go through the pre-order bonuses here, which also leads me into, I guess they have finally showed off the final skins that you're going to get for the Ultimate Edition. So we knew about, and I think in the Deluxe Edition, see, the Deluxe Edition? No, okay, so only in the Ultimate Edition, they're doing the 1,000-Year Blood War 5 costume set. So we knew about Byakuya and Rangiku, which, amazing, stylish, I love them. And then we knew Renji and Kisuke for the Rebirth of Souls costume set. Although I never really understood what stood out about these, because I thought that this was just his like research outfit and this was just like normal Renji, but you get a little bit more detail in these pictures. And then obviously the other 3 confirmed outfits that we're going to be getting from the 1,000-Year Blood War arc being Mayuri's sunsuit, which is huge. That's going to drastically increase how much Mayuri I play, because that outfit is insane. I love it. Nell's 1,000-Year Blood War outfit is insane. I love that one too. Nell was already a character that I was more excited for than I thought I was going to be. Her gameplay looks really fun. And then obviously Grimmjow looking slick. I will say I'm not as big of a fan of his 1,000-Year Blood War outfit as like others, but he still looks sick. I think I'm going to play him regardless. I don't know if he'll be in like my top 3, but these are the costumes. I really like the ones that they went for. I'm not sure. I think that they might have been able to choose better ones, but I also think that they might save some for like variants down the line, like if there's going to be like a shop in this game, or you know, if one of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc DLC characters is 1,000-Year Blood War arc Shikai Ichigo, because it wouldn't really make sense for like dual Shikai Ichigo to be a skin for like the Ichigo that we have in this game currently. So but you know, I'm all for this, and I'm glad that these are the characters that we got. You know, maybe some more side characters that normally don't get as much representation in Bleach media. I'm glad that we decided to focus on these characters. I really like Rangiku's 1,000-Year Blood War arc, like redesign, I'm going to call it, because like the going from orange hair to blonde, I think completely changes the vibe of her character, at least for me, along with like her new outfit choice. It's just like I feel like she comes together a lot better in this iteration of her. I will say I'm not a huge fan of Byakuya's new drip in this. I think I prefer his old drip, but it is still nice to have. Mayuri Sunsuit is iconic. It's a golden beam of light. I'm always going to rock this when I play Mayuri, unless they have the really slimmed down version of him where he barely has any makeup on, or they like jump forward to the one-shot chapter. They have so many skins that they could do with Mayuri. Nell, this will probably be another skin that I just always have on. Because like her tattered little green thing, it's like, it's nothing basically. It's like barely an outfit. At least this is like an actual costume. I like this a lot. And Grimmjow, you know, I'll probably swap between these, but it's cool. I like that it shows off the scar, but it's not my favorite. But looking at the Rebirth of Souls character costumes, we have this. This is what I was more expecting from like unlockable costumes or like purchasable costumes. This is more in line with like video game skins, I think, because we have what looks to be like normal outfits here, but if you kind of look closer, and I'll try to maybe zoom in on the video, they have like textures or designs in the Shihakushos, and it just adds a little bit more detail. Like there's these like tiger stripes almost in Renji's Shihakusho. There's like some circle stuff in Kisuke's white jacket. There's like more like quarter circles in Gein's thing. There's like a gradient of like green to like maybe a pinkish white in Shunsui's, and then Kenpachi's has like these black and white like swirls in them as well. Still not super easy to see in these. I imagine it'll be more you know, I imagine it'll be more visible in the game itself, but I also think that this is probably just the beginning of like skins, unlockable skins that you can get in the game too. I don't think the skins have to adhere to any, canonicity to the source material. They can kind of just be fun skins. So I think maybe if they have, a lot of skins, we could go like the common ones are just like recolors or have these like little designs on them. And then like some of the higher, I don't know, tier or just some of the other skins that you can go for would be like different canonical outfits that they've worn in the show or different styles. I think that'll be sick. Like even just like a version of Kenpachi that has like his hair down or something like that. I definitely don't think that there's going to be a shortage of costumes, which is interesting because I don't know of any in-game currency or like method of how you would unlock them. So I guess we'll have to see what sort of in-game purchases this game has. So I think that's very interesting how they're going about costumes, because if these are the ones that you get for purchasing the Ultimate Edition, I imagine these are going to be, somewhat rare. But also, I think like there won't be a shortage of variation costumes for other characters. But let me know what you think. How do you think the costume system is going to work in this game? Do you think there'll only be like 2 canonical sort of outfits for the characters and they'll stick mostly to the source material? Or do you think that they'll just be like generic kind of recolors, like a in-game shop normally has? And if you do think that, how do you think you'll unlock those skins? Because there hasn't been any talks of like a in-game currency or anything like that. So would it just be playtime? What do you think? Let me know. But back to what I was originally talking about in the video, and I know I'm kind of all over the place this video. I don't really have anything directly to react to, but I want to start making more videos on this game, and I will, especially leading up to this game's launch. If this really is the end of the roster, I want to make a tier list on who I'm most excited to play. So that'll probably be another video that I do soon. But right at the end here, right at the end here,
I'll show it to you. You ready? This is the final Getsuga Tensho.
There we go. Yeah, so that tied with the little animation that they showed in the previous trailer with like the 30 plus characters trailer. That I think is them teasing that Dangai Ichigo with Mugetsu as an awakening is going to be an unlockable character. And I think this is probably the most likely situation because there's people arguing back and forth. Is he going to be playable? Is he not going to be playable? And I think the gray area in that is that he will be playable, but you're going to have to beat the whole story first, which, I mean, let's just face it, that makes sense. That's probably where the story is going to end as this game goes through the Arankar arc. And you're probably going to have the final boss battle being Dangai Ichigo fighting against Aizen. And we already have had Aizen confirmed with his evolution. So it just makes sense that we're going to have Ichigo confirmed with his evolutions as well. I'm interested to see what the character select screen looks like, to see where he might fit in after you unlock him. But I can almost guarantee you that, yeah, Dangai Ichigo is going to be an unlockable character, which is huge. I mean, 3 variations of Ichigo in the game. I think just being able to awaken to Mugetsu is going to be so insane. And I hope that it comes with like significant challenge in order to get there. Because I imagine once you become Mugetsu, it's over. Like it's going to be hard for that person. Imagine you're fighting against fucking Kamamura for whatever reason, and you're goddamn Mugetsu. Like, just thinking about that, I know it's a fighting game, like it's not canon or anything like that, but you're fucking Rukia Kuchiki. You're Renji. You're a base Renji with his original Bankai, and you're fighting freaking Mugetsu. Like, yeah, I just don't see. I wonder how overpowered he's going to be. I am thinking that maybe Mugetsu is a weird or very situational awakening, where like once you awaken, you have one attack, and that is the final Getsuga Tenshu. And if it hits, you win. If it misses, you lose. I think that would be a very fun way to do that. Like, you just are it takes a long time to get to awakening, and then when you awaken, you go for this one attack. If they dodge it, because I don't even think they would be able to block it, but if they dodge it somehow, then you lose your powers. You become fucking human Ichigo and just fall and you lose the game. But if it hits, obviously they just die instantly. It takes all their stocks away if for any reason they're still at full stocks when you get to that point. I think that would be insanely fun to try to go for as a challenge. That would just be a really interesting way to go about doing that. And with an unlockable character, I think that's the time to do that. You know, do like complete extremes in a character. So I'm excited to see what we're getting with that. And I think maybe in the last Monday leading up to launch, they'll maybe reveal that, or they might just be keeping it a secret until the game comes out and people discover it for themselves. But I think it is. I'm not going to say it's 100% confirmed, but I'm going to say it's about 90% confirmed that Dangai Ichigo will be an unlockable character. As far as other unlockable characters, I'm really not sure if we can expect any. People are pointing out that, you know, in the main story, we have characters like Orihime that fight hollows early on, or we have characters like Yumachika that fight even like Shuhei or fight Arankars. And while I agree with that logic, I just don't think that that necessarily means that they have to be playable in the game. You know, those can easily be like quick cutscenes in the game, and then we cut back to what we're doing, or what our main characters are doing. Or, you know, God forbid, they even make a character story only, like you only play as Orihime in the story, but she's not a full-fledged character because what she's doing in the story wouldn't really fit in the fighting game. Like, I can see maybe spending a chapter of the story or something as Orihime and her being a character, but like she's not a character that has like an awakening. She's mostly a defensive character. She just has like one basic attack, not a full-fledged fighter. I think that could be possible, but I wonder if they would even do that, because I do wonder at that point, if they did make her at all playable, why they just wouldn't go all the way. But I just don't think that we would be getting any other unlockable characters. I think one at the end of the game, you know, Mortal Kombat just did that with Havoc. I think that just makes sense. I don't know if like unlocking a character, like however, like halfway through the story or like 3/4 through the story or whatever, makes a lot of sense for a character like Baragon or something, because he is defeated in the one major fight that he has, and obviously you're going to be playing as Soifon during that, I believe, and you're going to defeat him. And then I guess that opens the question up too. It's like, well, if we're going to go based on who defeated the characters, then why isn't someone like Hachi in the game? I definitely think we could have had some more Vizards in this, especially just because it's so easy to go them without their hollow mask as their base, and then them with their hollow mask as their awakening. I think they could have gotten away with doing some other Vizards in this game for sure, but I'm glad we got at least one. But who knows? Who knows what the DLC has in future for us. I will make a separate video on who I think will be the 4 DLC characters, and if there will even be a second season pass or any future like free DLC, free characters that we might get. But I do think there could be a possibility that we get like a free character with an update or something like that. And I think a character like Yumachika might be perfect for that sort of, just like just to keep the content flow going, to keep a little bit of hype and interest invested in the game, just like a free update like that might add a character. And who knows who they might do that with. There's a number of characters that they could add that way, just because the Bleach universe is so expansive. And I'm hoping that, I mean, in an ideal world, we would get a free update that is a minor story continuation that is the Fullbring arc that adds Fullbring characters. That would be insane to me. But I genuinely think it's all dependent on how much we as Bleach fans support the game. So it's really important to support this game any way that you can. Do not torrent this game. Buy this game, support this game, support the developers, because it had been 13 years since we got since we got a Bleach game, and we don't know how long it's going to be after this game runs through its life cycle. So we just need to support and appreciate this game for as long as we can, enjoy it, and just be thankful for what we got. I understand people are frustrated about no Baragon. I'm disappointed in that too. People are disappointed with no Orihime, and I can understand their disappointment with that. But this is going to be a great game. I mean, from what we've seen, the animations are spot on. I know that people are a little iffy on the story, but what really matters here is the gameplay of it. Looks really fun, looks really great. So I'm really excited. Let me know if you guys are excited. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. Help me reach my next goal of 350 subscribers. Let me know down in the comments. Do you think Mugetsu or Dangai Ichigo will be an unlockable character? Do you think we'll have any other unlockable characters? And that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.